Hello friends, welcome to this how to preach video. Um, there is a sun salutation together video. I recommend you to at least do that, or I hope you did your warm up for the shoulders and everything, because this is how to do video. This is not drills. This is not warm up. So make sure you warm up your shoulders, you warm up your spine, because bridge spine. So and we start over our knees. So here in the bridge, what I want to point out first is that mostly people use their hands to do the bridge. Well, it's not your hands. Your hands are very small. Accordingly to the muscles that we are using. So instead of using your hands, you're actually using your whole back muscles, which are like even couple of them are themselves are bigger than your biceps or triceps or whatever. So one of the muscles that we use is the hips. So you can keep the toes untucked or you can untuck the toes. What I want you to do is that get your hip closer to your heels and then engaging your hips and pushing your pelvic floor and your belly forward. Again, come down. You can use your hands to open your chest, push the hip. Exactly. Come down. Open your chest, push the hip. Come down. Open your chest, push the hip. Very nice. Now, we place the one hand to one heel again. We push the hip. While we push the hip forward, we open the other arm backwards. And then we come from the left side, hip down, heels, hands on the other heel, and we push the hip forward, and we open the chest again, and come down to the other side. Push the hip, open the chest. Come down. Push the hip, open the chest. Come down, and then release. Now you can sit down low. And now we're gonna go detail into the set of asana. Not detail, but just experiencing half bridge before we go to do the full bridge. So here, hands down closer to my feet. What I'm gonna do is, like, when I'm opening my hands over my head, I'm going to push my hip and I'm gonna engage my hip and my quads. Why? Because if I don't engage my quads, if I don't use my legs and my feet, when I push my hip, it's going to be something like my knees going over my feet, which we see a lot in bridge pose. But rather, if you engage your legs and your quads while pushing the hip up, you're gonna feel that your pelvic floor is not going only up, but it's also kind of coming towards you. And then down. Two more times. Hip up and then down. One more time. Hip up and then down. Very nice. So we are familiar with this hip engagement because we're gonna use it in the bridge. Hip engagement and quad engagement. I'm always feeling the ground beneath my feet. I'm always pushing the ground with my feet, because otherwise, as I said, if you don't do that, like I showed in the previous one, it's going to look like something like this. You're going to push with your hands and engage the hip, and you're going to hit something like this. No. I don't want my knees to cross my feet over, so what I do, I engage my quads and my feet pushing me backwards. This is the first thing that we're gonna remember. You don't have to try it now because we're going to go over to some other places too, but you got the idea. So now, we're gonna do the bridge in 3 steps. First step is that I'm going to do half bridge, which I'm lifting my hip off the ground. Here I am. This is the first step. Second step is that I place my hands close to my ears. Here, some people has not mobile wrists, so it's very important that you also open up your wrists before doing the bridge. But even if you don't have that enough flexibility in the beginning while you place your hands, while pushing the hip up and coming to the bridge, automatically your palms are going to be touching to the floor. But when you put it here, maybe here, they don't touch. But that's okay. Hip up, hands close to ears. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the power of my hands, which I'm not gonna use, which I'm not gonna use that much in the bridge. So I place the tip of my head on the floor. And now from here, I'm gonna do the third step, which is engaging the hip and pushing with the legs and hands so I can have this opening it up. Only if you push with hands, it's not gonna happen for sure. So, what I do, I'm gonna do in 3 steps. We're gonna do it now together. And then hip activated, and I'm pushing myself with my feet towards the back to open up my chest. Okay? Nice. Let's give it a go together. So, lay down. Place your feet closer to your hip. Place your hands closer to your ears first. Lift the hip off the ground, coming onto your shoulders and your feet. Now, give a little bit more push with the hands coming tip off your head. Maybe you need to readjust your hands here again and then engage the hips and push with hands and legs at the same time, pushing your chest back and nicely doing your bridge. Very nice. And then chin to the chest and lower down again. So, you remember what to do. First, you warm up your spine, your hips, your shoulders, your wrists, everything, because Chakrasana is actually includes and it consists of each and every part of the body, more or less. Like Chakrasana comes from chakras, the wheel. It's a wheel pose, and it is activating all the chakras from Muladhara, from root to Sahasrara to the crown chakra. So, starting your practice, warming up all the places, and then while practicing it, engaging the hip and pushing not only with the hands, also with the feet, because you are on your feet and on your hands. You have to kind of push with your feet so your center of your weight comes a little bit forward, so you can get some help from your foot. Amazing. If you have any questions, please comment or contact me through Instagram, through YouTube, whatever, and enjoy the practice and enjoy your bridge. It's a powerful asana. We always tend to bend forward. We always tend to do this. Because our hands are here and like we are always doing some stuff with the hands, so automatically we want to bend forward, and bending forward happens, it increases by aging, getting like older. So this bridge keeps us young, and it enhances the energy we have inside. So it's very important that you practice bridge once in a while, that it keeps that energy up high all the time. So, thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. Namaste.